Hello, this is James from Emergent. I'm here with Sparky, my resident helper here at the fire department. We're trying to do another video of what you can do for remote VT or when you have children at home or patients at home. One of the things that we struggled with was having something that we could do base out and base in procedures with. Fusion cards are great, but a lot of those there's only about one place of fusional place on there. So we wanted something that could add base in or base out and be a little bit more flexible. So unable to send home vectograms, so we're showing you what we use, which is the Emergent Fusion Slider. You can get it through emergentvt.com, or you can always call me directly or email me directly and I can show you. To do this activity, there are some equipment pieces that you need. You need to have the tilt feet from Emergent, and then those that have an actual kit, this is the lid that comes off of the kit. Everything that I'm showing you can buy separately and you can get all together, you know, as just for this activity. But you're gonna have them take the lid and slide it into the tilt feet. So that becomes the base. And then they're going to use what is called the fusion slider. That's this piece here. And I'm going to get a little bit closer so that you can see it. On this, you'll see that there are numbers, okay? So the numbers are going to face the patient. So if I'm the patient and I'm working at home and you're talking to them over the computer, you're going to have them put the numbers towards them, and they're simply going to slide it down over the lid. As they slide it down, they want to work it down far enough to where the anaglyphs can now slide in and rest against that back plate. The hard part, or the thing that you have to remember when doing this activity, is you want to make sure that the red anaglyph goes over the top of the green anaglyph. So again, the patient's facing it, so they're going to hold the green anaglyph and put the red anaglyph over the top, and then they can slide it in. Now, as they move those apart or cross them through, that's going to give your base out ranges and your base in ranges. This is set up for 40 centimeters distance, and for normal pupillary distance about 60 millimeters. So if you have somebody that has it too far back or too far closer, or you're working with an adult that maybe have large pupillary distance, it may throw off the diopters a little bit, but I wouldn't get so caught up in that. What it is going to allow them to do is they're going to have base out ranges, and they should be able to see that silo effect. It should be smaller coming in, and they should be able to localize with it. They should be able to have base in so that they're diverging out and to be able to localize in free space where it's at. Once they have this set up, again, they're going to take their mainframe and put their mainframe on. Anytime you want to make sure that this cushioned area sits right up here on the eyebrow area. It shouldn't be resting down on their nose. It should be supported up above that, and then that way it goes over their glasses if they're wearing glasses. And just as you had red over green, you're also going to take the red lens and put it over their right eye. So red over right. So now when they're looking at this, if you take the top anaglyph and move it to the left, and the bottom anaglyph and move it to the right, that is going to cause that divergence, okay? So they're going to be able to diverge through, and they're going to be able to look behind, okay? And everything's going to be moving away. If you take the top one and move it to the right, and the back one, or the green one, and move it to the left, now they're going to have convergence. And I'm using right now, I'm using the apple tree. What I like about the apple tree is that it has different layers to it. Some of the numbers of the apples are closer, some of them are a little bit farther away. So it gives a good fusional range, and then you can have them take their pointer, and right now I have it base out, and I can have them point. They can go to 1, and then they can go to 2. You could actually have 2 pointers and have them put 1 on the first one and 1 on the second one, and then they can see the disparity between the depth. So lots of different ways that you can load it. You can have them saying their ABCs as they go through the numbers. All the different ways that you would normally load vectograms, you can load this as an anaglyph, okay? You can also do bop and bim. So if I want to take a flipper and add a flipper to it, the flipper clip just magnets right onto it, and I can magnetize that, and I can do bop and bim activities. So also, if you decide that you don't want them just sitting in one place, it's very easy for them. If I move this back to base in, so now I'm diverging, is to now I can stand, okay? And I can have them stand, they can hold it at arm's length, and now they're looking through and they're projecting out there, and they can tell you how far back that apple tree is and where each of the numbers are. Another way that I can load it, I can load it cognitively, having them say ABCs or giving me animals or whatever way that I want to cognitively load it. I can add motion, so I'm just marching in place, but I've also had them take it and march around a room so that they're looking through it, diverged, holding fusion while they're walking. And then if I want to, I can have them change it, bring it back to base out. So now have them localize again with their finger or with the pointer. It's popping towards me. So now it's sitting out here in space. And again, I can add cognitive load, or I can have them walk. I can have them walk while they say their ABCs. Multiple ways of loading the activity to try to get them to notice where it is in space, and then at the same time where they localize in space and where they feel they are. Keeping aware, of course, of their periphery, trying to get as much stereo depth as possible. So this is the fusion slider. This is a way that you can send home a stereopsis activity, and it's really inexpensive, and that way you can help them and still keep up with their program and try to get a little bit more stereo into your VT therapy. So hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, please give us a call, or please just send us an email. We'll be happy to help in any way that we can. Thank you much. Bye.